You are Locked On Ole Miss, your daily podcast on the Ole Miss Rebels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You know, it's pretty interesting to think of because stylistically, it's just a fun way to look at the Kentucky game. The rock fight that they create, how they do it, all of this, it's real similar to the way that Iowa plays football in the Big Ten as far as being a run-based offense, playing really good defense. And it's kind of funny that Mark Stoops is from Iowa, but, I digress on all of that. In the what to watch for area of this game, these are the things that we will be paying attention to see if they happen. This is what I would do, but we'll see exactly how it goes. I do want to see a return of the quick game against Kentucky. That may be their kryptonite. Jet sweeps, running the ball off tackle, running the ball inside like they were doing against Georgia State. Going side to side, it'll wear out a defensive line. It'll force their depth to move, and the safeties in the back, they kind of have to start leaning in the backfield. The quick game will help at that as well, opening up deep shots later on in the football game. Listen, I think that could be Kentucky's kryptonite. If not, if you allow the normal rock fight to develop, you'll find yourself in a 17-15 football game in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's just the way that Kentucky likes to play football and where they're comfortable. You want to make them uncomfortable, move the ball, get first downs, and score touchdowns and put them behind the chains. If you can do all of that, you'll be in good shape. My source inside the Manning Center on number 2 said the offensive line had an increased scrutiny on themselves after some nervy early struggles against Georgia State. And they had a pretty good week of practice from what they told me. Them moving at their assignments, they're going to get better and better as it goes. And if you look at the numbers of what happened in the game, it wasn't that particularly bad to begin with. Basically, a narrative got established that might have been a little bit incorrect. So we'll see how it looks and what can happen. Patrick Kutas, if he has a bigger game, that is a welcome thing. Of Brycen Sanders, those are the 2 weak links from the first game. I think P.J. Wilkins got a penalty, and then at the tackles, they were pretty much rock solid in that game. But if Ole Miss can shore up the interior of that offensive line, which has been a problem over the course of the preseason, honestly, they're going to be all right. And from what I was told, they had a really good week of practice. So the offensive line had that scrutiny and they answered the bell whenever they had to do it. Now, last, the thing that I'm looking at, the special teams seem to be in a really good spot right now. When you look at field goals, Lucas Carneiro is on point. When you look at kickoffs, not one of his kickoffs were even in the field of play. We're talking about kicks through the back of the end zone. So kicking the ball, place kicking the ball is exactly what you want. You look at Oscar Bird at punter. He had like a 59-yard kick that got called back in the game, but he averaged 45 yards on 2 kicks. He's going to be absolutely fine. Special teams wise, Ole Miss is doing really well. Punt return, Harrison Wallace, he was an absolute revelation. 17 yards per punt return over 4 punts. That is exactly what you're looking for. The only thing that we really still have questions about will be the kickoff return because everybody kicks touchbacks as it sits right now. Now, Traylon Ray, when he plays, that's a name to pay attention to because we saw Winston Watkins, we saw Deuce Alexander, we saw the starting 3 of Deshaun Stribling, Caden Lee, and of course, Harrison Wallace, but Caleb Odom at tight end, and you have Daquan Wright at tight end, and 12-person. They have so many arrows in their quiver that they can use. It's amazing to think about what they can do to the other team. This football team, weapons-wise, they're exactly what you want and exactly what you're looking for. But we'll see exactly how that goes against Kentucky. Now, I'm going to be on the Amazon show on Thursday. I filmed a segment for that today, and they asked me, am I concerned about Kentucky? And I was like, concern's not the right word. I think Ole Miss is, by factor of touchdowns, better than Kentucky. But nervous after a year ago, it makes a little sense. Nervous is okay. Concern, no. I'm not gonna deal with concerned in this game. But nervous, I can see it. And that's kind of where we are. Tomorrow we will have Lance Daw with our Know Your Enemy segment talking about the Kentucky Wildcats. Tomorrow night we'll have Vinny Hardy talking about the Kentucky Wildcats, 2 Kentucky people talking over the course of Thursday. Friday we'll have the Why Ole Miss Wins, Michael Katz in the evening, and then we'll have the pregame show with Tom Vanderford before we start our game day routine as well. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for making August an unbelievable month to where we broke the all-time August record for views for Locked On Ole Miss by like 35,000 views. And that was over last year where Ole Miss went to the playoffs. So I'm pretty jacked up about that as well. Anyway, thanks for making Locked On Ole Miss your go-to source for Ole Miss sports. We pride ourselves in offering the most comprehensive perspectives, which is why we're the front door of Ole Miss. If you don't believe me, Google Ole Miss podcast and see how much we come up. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. It helps the show. It's completely free. Your support means the world to us. And it's another big moment on Locked On. College football fans, Locked On and Fire TV are presenting College Football Kickoff, the ultimate college football weekly preview. Drake Toll of Locked On Big 12 leads the conversation a long time. 2-time AP Coach of the Year, Gary Patterson, and former college star Jesse Holley, and Locked On's local expert. A college football preview only Locked On can do. Catch College Football Kickoff every Thursday throughout the season, only on Fire TV. Hotty toddy, everybody, and remember, analytics is just the old English word that means bad football. We'll see you tomorrow.